Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna. So in 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks on the austerity we perform, and the austerity in the three modes of nature, that is austerity in mode of goodness, in passion and in ignorance. And when he describes the austerity, that is tapasya, in the mode of goodness, he gives explanation on the austerity for the mind, austerity for the words, and austerity for the body. So in this video we will understand about the austerity of the words, because the words we speak can bring a great fortune in your life, or it can even bring a great disaster. So Krishna tells that's why how to have a refined speech. So Krishna says that anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyam hitam chayat swadhyaya vyasanam chaiva vagmayam tapa uchyate. So here Krishna is giving the various aspects of our speech. So our speech should be, first of all, anudvega. Anudvega means not agitating for others or not disturbing the minds of others. Udvega means to disturb, to create an agitation in the minds of other people. So anudvega karam vakyam means the statements we make, the words we use shouldn't agitate the other people's mind. Anudvega karam vakyam. Then he mentions further qualities the words or the statements should have. That is satyam. Satyam means it should be truth. What we speak always should stand on truth. So satyam. Then priyam. Priyam means it should be very pleasing for the other person to hear. Though it is truth, though we are speaking truth, but still it should be presented in a very sweet manner. So satyam, priyam, hitam. Hitam is what we are speaking should be beneficial for the other person. If that is not beneficial, though it is truth and it is presented sweetly, then it is not of the highest value. So Krishna that's why mentioned satyam, priyam, itam chayat. Then swadhyaya vyasanam chaiva. Swadhyaya is that which actually directly related to the scriptural injunctions or the subject matter of the shastras. So that is actually the tapasya for the words, because often our words go astray from these principles. In Mahabharata we see when in the assembly of Kauravas, that is when Krishna had come as peace messenger in Hastinapur, he was insulted by Duryodhana, because Duryodhana told, please catch this Krishna and put him behind the bars, because Krishna was warning Duryodhana that if you don't agree for the peace, then he has to face disaster. He has to see the ruin of the whole Kauravas. But then Duryodhana got agitated and he told, I'll bind Krishna and put inside the prison. So then he ordered the soldiers. Then Krishna showed his universal form. Then he disappeared. After this incident, Vidura, the minister of the Kauravas, he was a stepbrother of Dhritarashtra. So he immediately turned towards Dhritarashtra and told, I had informed you long back when this person had taken birth. He is so cruel and crooked minded that, see, today he insulted God himself, Krishna himself. So you should have banished him from the kingdom long ago. When he hears these words, Duryodhana, so he immediately shouts at Vidura. So he tells, you are like a dog and you are eating our salt and speaking against us. So you dare speak any more words in front of me. If you want your life to be saved, you immediately get out of the palace. So like this, Duryodhana spoke. So this is Udvega Karam Vakyam. Means this is exactly opposite of the principle what Krishna is speaking. That is Anudvega Karam Vakyam. The word should be not agitating, but here Duryodhana's words are completely agitating to Vidura. Because Vidura is of almost his father's position, because he is just like uncle, his father's brother. But he is using such a harsh words to Vidura, and Vidura felt very bad about this, and he immediately left the assembly. And he did not even participate in the war of Mahabharata. He went for the visit of pilgrimage. On the other side, we see Vidura, many times he gives advice to Dhritarashtra regarding following the religious principles, not to go against the religious principles, that is, not to hurt or harm the Pandavas and giving their share of ruling the kingdom. So he often advised for the welfare of Pandavas and for all the citizens in front of Dhritarashtra, but Dhritarashtra never heard. So from this we can see that nobody else ever concerned about these things in front of Dhritarashtra, because Vidura was the only real well-wisher of Dhritarashtra. That's why he spoke truth in front of Dhritarashtra, and also he spoke it very pleasingly and for his benefit. Many times we speak some things very pleasantly, but it may not be truth, and even it may not be beneficial for the other person. Like we want to tell something else from the truth, to hide the truth, just to get the deal done, or just for the pleasure of the other party, other person. So this is what Krishna is telling to avoid. This is not the tapasya for the words. This is not the austerity of the words. So austerity of the words include the speaking pleasing words as well as the truth and the beneficial words. And sometimes we see when we are in a situation of correcting others, rectifying the mistakes of others, pointing out the mistakes of others, we are speaking the truth, satyam, but we may not be speaking so pleasantly. So it may hurt the other person. If we are not quite sensitive to the emotions of the other person, it may really hurt them. So priyam, so the priyam aspect is missing here. So that's why Krishna is saying Anudvega Karam Vakyam Satyam Priyam Itam Chayat. So even Chanakya Pandit says Satyam Bruyat Priyam Bruyat. It means speak truth and also speak sweetly. So this is what is a quite difficult combination, because when we are speaking truth, many times it is difficult for the other person to digest, or it is very difficult for us to present very sweetly. So that's why correction should be done with utmost care. We should not hurt the sentiments or the emotions of the other person, and also be sensitive for their feelings and then correct them for the mistakes they have done. So that's why then it involves satyam and priyam and then hitam, ultimately rectifying their mistakes for their benefit. The other aspect of satyam is the param satya, because in absolute sense the only truth is the God and is real existence, that is called the spiritual world. So that's why speaking about the param satyam, that's what here Krishna mentions the second aspect. First aspect of satyam is a truthful, and the second aspect of satyam is speaking about the param satya, discussing about the absolute truth. And further he mentions Swadhyaya Bhyasanam Chaiva. Swadhyaya here especially means Vedic scriptural studies. Why Vedic scriptural studies? Because scriptures guide us in so many aspects, like right behavior in various situations, how to take decisions in our life, what to prioritize, ideals to follow, many lessons from Puranic stories for all age groups, and many unknown truths about our life and higher things. So that's why Krishna mentions whenever we speak, it should involve a support from the scriptures. It means our discussion or conversation should base on the scriptural authority. Because whenever we are making some statement, it should not be a blind statement, but it should be supported by some scriptural quotation or any reference from any kind of shastra. So that gives authenticity of our words. So that's why here Krishna is telling Swadhyabhya Abhyasanam Chaiva. Because we know that the Vedas or the Vedic scriptures are not man-made. They are called Apaurisheya, means it is coming directly from the Supreme Lord. So that's why every text of Vedas or the scriptures are 100% truth. So that's why when we are speaking that reference of any scripture, so it is also a truth naturally. But if we are not supporting our statements by references from the scriptures, so it may not be accepted in a direct form, but it is a truth. So this is how we should practice speaking in any forum. So this is called as austerity of words. That's why Krishna is saying this is Vagmayam Tapa Uchyate. Tapa means austerity. Though it is difficult in the beginning, as you start practicing, it becomes nature. Hare Krishna. Thank you.